A wave of love welcomes my arrival. Love flows between my mother and father and me. In the womb, my power flows through every pathway in this tiny physical form I now inhabit, giving it life as I shape and nourish each organ. They grow with this power as I caress my character into every cell. As my body grows, the energy field around me grows as well. This continues when I am born, and a pure, respectful space exists between me and my body and all other souls and their bodies. A feeling of belonging flows between us. Between everyone. We belong together. As one family, as one community. Our divine kingdom. A tapestry of togetherness is woven. The threads of natural affinity. resonating. Energy fields, a tapestry of resonance.
वो दिन कितने प्यारे थे, ये दिन भी कितने प्यारे हैं। तब बाबा साथ हमारे थे, तब बाबा साथ हमारे थे। बाबा अब भी साथ हमारे हैं।
मेरी कहा और मैली हुई भक्ति में भी ये शिक्षा 63 जन्मों से देते रहे हैं कि मेरा नहीं मानो तेरा मानो, लेकिन माना नहीं। तो ज्ञान मार्ग में भी वो कहना तेरा और मानना मेरा, ये ठगी यहाँ नहीं चलती। इसलिए प्रभु प्रसाद को अपना मान करके अपमान और दी है, बाबा ने बुद्धि दी है, बाबा का कार्य है, बाबा का सेंटर है, बाबा की ये सारी चीजें हैं। ऐसे नहीं समझो मेरा सेंटर है, हमने सेंटर बनाया, हमारा अधिकार है। हमारा कहां से है क्या आपका कुछ है? कई बच्चे ऐसे नशा दिखाते हैं, हमने सेंटर का मकान बनाया है तो हमारा अधिकार। लेकिन बनाया किसका सेंटर? बाबा का सेंटर है ना। तो जब बाप को अर्पण कर दिया, फिर आपका कहां से है? मेरा कहां से है मेरा कि थोड़ा थोड़ा है? नहीं है। देखना, जब बुद्धि बदलती है ना, फिर कहते ये तो मेरा है ही। मेरे मेरे ने मैला किया, फिर मैला होना है। जब ब्राह्मण बने तो ब्राह्मण जीवन का पहला पाप से वायदा है। याद है क्या वायदा है? बच्चे, मैं आपके सदा साथ हूं।
Om Shanti. Avyak signals. In order to pass in the final test, increase the power to discern. A Mahavir means one who is always a conqueror of Maya. A Mahavir is never afraid of Maya, but challenges her. No matter what form Maya comes in, with the power to discern, they will discern Maya and be victorious. They will discern Maya coming from a distance. The sharper your power to discern becomes, you will be able to discern Maya from a distance and chase her away. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vyakti Parivar. Today is day 17, creating heaven inside ourselves. The fortune of ruling in the pure world. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti, everyone. So everyone is in heavenly feelings, right? After listening to the few words during meditation and just creating that awareness, intoxication, and in a lot of power, the quality of our purity is that it naturally changes into divinity. I was thinking that Brahma Baba on his he sat in front on Gaddi and there was a picture of Sri Krishna on one side. This is what I am going to become tomorrow. Every time he will look at the picture, This is what I'm going to become tomorrow. So how many of us have this intoxication that I am going to become a deity tomorrow? Can I see hands? How many of you? Let me see hands. Yeah. Everyone, right? Baba says whenever Baba asks something, everyone raises hands. Right? So well, congratulations for that also. But to have that experience for 1 hour or 2 hours is different. But what is needed now that it should be consistent. Because hermits and saints, sages, they also live the life of purity. And Baba praises their purity by saying that their purity supports Bharat. But our purity of soul consciousness, remembrance of one, mind and intellect with one. So the quality of our purity, which changes into divinity. And we know that today also Baba said in Murli that you are becoming worship worthy. It's so much different these days. There are many, many human gurus and they are worshipped, their feet are worshipped and they really worship them. But that is in Iron Age, right? But in the beginning of Copper Age, the worshipping is of highest ones and charitable ones and divine ones. And we are those souls, right? So it's so interesting to think how every pure thought is going into my physical system, every thought. Nothing you can say hasn't gone in the body. So when we are attentive, then we know that how when we look at those idols in temples, their eyes, their hands, their feet, everything is worship worthy. People will touch the eyes and then touch their eyes, they will touch the feet, then touch themselves. I'm just saying, think about it and create that experience that a worship worthy soul. On one side, I know Brahma Baba always used to say, you don't take service from anyone, right? You cook yourself, you do everything for yourself. And that's very easy in USA, right? Because you don't get much help. You have to do everything. But on the other side, your status, what you are becoming. I know recently there was a lot of discussion on word sweetness. Our sweetness is so natural. A lot of people try to be sweet, but it's not real, right? Our care for each other. I really like this word of spiritual sympathy, which Baba said. After that, what is spiritual sympathy? Our sympathy is not, okay, so you are poor, I can help you, and not just external. But our sympathy is to help the soul on this spiritual journey. And also those who are not on journey, inspire them that wherever they are on their journey, physical and spiritual. Now they have to see the path further, that is to accomplish, to become perfect. I know there's a lot of attention on words, right? We have to read Murli in the morning. We speak God's versions, right? But also if we use the words, ordinary words, and then we speak God's words, the impact and the trust will be percentage, in percentage. So we keep reminding ourselves that this mouth is being used for God's versions. So then every word during day we speak amongst ourselves have to be polite, have to be sweet, respectful, meaningful, right? And whole magic is in the eyes, right? Baba mentions about temple of Lakshmi Narayan in Delhi. So when I was a student of journalism, so my college was just next door to that temple. And I had love for those idols of Lakshmi Narayan. So I will go 15 minutes before. First, I will go look at them. Very tall, beautiful marble statues or idols of Lakshmi Narayan. But their eyes were so beautiful. So I will go, I take drishti, then I will go to college. But this is what we're becoming, right? Whether Lakshmi Narayan or Sri Krishna. And Baba used to have so much super sensitive joy. So much. You must have noticed when Baba will speak Murli, is one of the toe used to dance. It's like, the joy, intoxication, the happiness. So one is soul consciousness, but other is that our whole sense organs also go beyond the physical experience and experiencing something from deep within the self. And that's like, you are in a super sensitive joy. So I think that these few years of confluence age, let us be in this super sensitive joy. Let us be all the time happy and everything, every sense organ. I like when they say that everything goes in the body, right? Every thought goes in the matter, whether it's body or unlimited matter, and it comes back to you. I like, we are in this US meeting, and I like Sister Kiran was helping us to understand the guidelines for operating Baba's Yagya. I use word Yagya, I like it. And now, of course, it's organization. And I thought that these are ruling sanskars, right? And I always remember when Brother Eric always reminds us that peace, you can only be peaceful if you do everything in the right way. Anything you haven't done right way, you can't have peace. He says, okay, you can sit and experience peace, but then you will have difficulties, right? So that is where I thought when today's our homework is practice is about ruling the pure world. So we are establishing it, right? Whether it is our operating guidelines, whether it is our charter, and whether it's international procedure manual, whatever. They have worked a lot. But I remember when we created international procedure manual, myself, Ken, and one other person. We used to spend days and weeks, took us about a year to see that everything of Baba's Yagya, that tomorrow it happens that this becomes like world constitution. We are masters of the world, right? Benefactors of the world. So keep reminding ourselves of our new kingdom, how it is being established, and Baba is preparing for being accurate, being clear, being honest, and of course Baba today reminded nothing is mine, right? So we have to present it to Baba. It's Baba's, but still we present it to Baba. When we were young Brahmins, 2022 Mohini was our in charge, and she was very firm, right? She really believed in truth and honesty. So any one of us took account, she will smile. It's Baba's money, right? And I'm telling Baba, he doesn't know, he knows what comes in Baba's bandara, right? But if I give account and I don't give exact account, Baba knows. Very interesting, very subtle. And all these beautiful qualities of us manifest into ruling the kingdom of pure souls. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Didi, good evening. Hello everyone.
Hello,
I was just reflecting. You were telling so many different things and covering so many different aspects, but I also remember when I came to Baba, I became so intoxicated when I realized that I was actually one of the gods of the legends, because the deities that are there in India, they're remembered in other civilizations as well. In fact, once I did a study, and there are actually 26 civilizations, ancient civilizations, that believed that our ancestors were divine beings, that the earth was a garden, the Garden of Eden or the Garden of Osiris for the Egyptians. So they believed that their ancestors were divine. So I became so intoxicated that in all of these stories of the gods, I was actually one of them. I couldn't believe it, that I was actually a worship-worthy being in the past, and I just became so.
Om Shanti, Brother Ken.
Yeah.
Om Shanti. I think your voice is echoing, so we can hardly hear it properly. Do you want to reset your audio?
Okay, sorry.
No problem.
Maybe
you can log out and log in.
Maybe. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you can log out and log in. We'll do drill. Thanks.
Okay,
Meanwhile.
thank you.
So everyone, we'll just take a 2 minutes of silence, and Brother Ken comes back. We'll sit in silence.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry about that. We're talking about the golden age, and we're stuck in the technologies of the Iron Age. I was just remembering that I was so intoxicated when I came to Baba that I was actually one of the gods that we had been studying, and how many civilizations remembered that our ancestors were divine beings, that the earth was a garden. I wrote many poems about this. I was so intoxicated. But how did you first identify with your golden age, past and future, when you realized that you were actually one of the gods or goddesses that you had been worshipping previously? How did you feel when you first identified, wow, I'm one of them? This is me in the future and in the past. How did that happen?
I think that all of those who belong to deity religion, internally they have seeking, right? That's why they go place to place and they are seeking, they are worshippers. But I think all of us then, when we hear, oh, I can be deity, I was deity, it touches us immediately, right? I can ask everyone sitting here, I have a good, very beautiful souls around there. Everyone felt, right, from inside. But for me, whenever I worshipped, because I'm from a very traditional and extended family, like we were 30, 40 of us. So our temple was big, very big temple. We had deities of all kinds, young, small, babies, tall ones, because all children had to worship, older people had to worship, of gold, silver, copper, all those kinds of. And I remember that while worshiping them, talking to them, when I came to knowledge, I said, oh, this is what I am. These are my images. And of course, for a while we had to worship because you can't give up immediately. And also, there is a very long procedure to say goodbye to your deities. No, you cannot just say, okay, I'm not going to worship. We had to decide which temple they will be adopted. So we made trips to Haridwar, trips to Rishikesh, Mathura to take Sri Krishna there in a beautiful velvet thing. I'm just briefly telling, but so it was very difficult to worship. As soon as, but this is what I am. How can I worship myself? But then on the other side, there was so much intoxication of this is what I am and this is what I am becoming. Definitely, I think it was big change, and not only in a physical way, but also when we start eating pure food. And there are so many difficulties when you tell your own sister, I won't eat food cooked by you. Oh, you mean I am untouchable now? So you can't eat. I remember that it was so much difficult, in families to tell them, I won't. But my mother, because she was alone, I could eat from her very easily. She cooked for me, but you visited. So I think this whole aspect of changing, and then I start writing. Baba used to say, write the letter, and on the top I will write Divine Sister. So my sister gets very angry. I'm not Divine Sister. I am just your sister. I love you. I don't want this. Every word was like there was reaction. But
Dear
again,
sweet
as you,
soul.
yeah, again, there is so much intoxication we have, that all that what happens, we feel that made us strong. And so definitely there was a very beautiful experience, and must be
Yeah,
to all of us.
do you remember? I mean, I'm talking about the 70s in Madhavan. There were so many occasions that everyone dressed up as deities and they had dances. And I remember little Mohini, she would go into trance, and it was such a special experience. And I mean, what place have I arrived in? They don't do it so much these days, but when the family was small in Madhavan, they had everyone dressed up as deities and danced. You remember that?
Yeah, Krishna will come and play.
Krishna will come, yeah.
But
So
you all were able to enjoy it. But if you do now, I don't know.
yeah, maybe. I remember Nirvana saying we should always do something that reminds us of the golden age. We should put some practice in our centers that reminds us of the golden age. And you were talking about Brahma Baba and his Narayani Nasha, the intoxication that he's going to become Narayan, his super sensuous joy. And in fact, in Madhaban, I started a practice several years ago because there was a lot of time between walking from Harmony House to Daddy's cottage where we would have our meetings. So in between things, there was time, but during the meetings, we were just sitting there and talking. But I used to do a practice that I have at this moment, my golden age sanskars. They haven't been erased. They are still there. They're buried under other sanskars, but they are there. And the practice was to access those golden age sanskars for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes, for 20 minutes. You were saying for 2 hours. I never got to that stage. But some of the practices were, what if I said something? What are the words in the golden age? What words won't be there? What words will be there? And as you said, purity becomes divinity. And this idea of being perfect for 5 minutes and then 10 minutes and then 20 minutes, I think it's reachable. Do you have that experience sometimes that you just become, you're not thinking too much, you're not especially not thinking in the words that won't exist in the golden age, but you're just feeling bliss, actually. How's your experience of being or accessing your golden age sanskars?
Yeah, I think they pull us, no? Not only in silence, but very deep, blissful, super sensitive joy, very full contentment, and also doesn't want to think or interact in an ordinary way, because everything goes on, no? As you said, fixing technology and talking of golden age for us also is doing everything, interacting with everyone in whatever state they are, but internally there is so much pull. And I find that, early morning is the best time. So as soon as I wake up, I just sit, and there is so much pull in deep silence of joy, but also try to catch signals from Baba, what Baba wants us to do next, because at this time everyone is looking at the leaders to say, to guide them what is next. Of course, Lord service is happening, but internally, where we should be all. So of course it happens few times a day, but I enjoy every morning 1 hour, 2 hours or so, between 3 to 5. It's a very beautiful time, silence
That's
and
the
deep,
best time,
yeah. So whether in Peaceful Age or even in New York, because from every window you can see a lot of greenery and very, very beautiful. So yeah, Baba is pulling us, not only our sanskars, but Baba is also waiting for us to be ready, right?
You said that purity becomes divinity. It's such a beautiful phrase. Baba said in today's Murli that we shouldn't have desires for the things of the old world. He was talking about clothes and food and things. Because if we do all that here, we will receive this less there. So our purity actually demands the pure world. So we should do things in such a way that we're not receiving now, so that we're accumulating. Even, we stop enjoying the things too much now, like the physical world and the results of our actions, so that we have more. And that pure karma, as you said, it demands a pure world. Our purity produces a pure world. What do you say about that?
No, when there is purity, whatever is needed for the body, you get it. You don't need desires. But of course, as you said, we have to have a comfortable life, but not luxurious life, because you have to be comfortable, but not like luxury, decoration, even our clothes, everything simple and clean. So definitely, I think Baba, whatever is needed, I find, sometimes I wish I had that because it's needed. it just comes. Somebody just feels like bringing same thing. So definitely not to have desires, and we don't need anything, right? Whenever people ask me, what do you need? I have to think, oh, give me 24 hours because I don't need anything. What do we need? Do we need anything? We have everything, right? So in golden age, yeah, as you were mentioning yesterday, that it's not attraction of our costumes and jewelry, but definitely it's our image and the vision which people can get through our eyes and our presence. That is more important, right?
Yeah, it's so lovely to think about all of these things. And in fact, last night I couldn't sleep after the meeting. I was so thinking about all of this. But Baba says that babies are sattva pradhan, right? Because at that stage, let's say until they're 6 months old, they have no idea of the surroundings. They don't know where their hand finishes and their mother hand start, right? They feel that everything is one. I have a feeling that in the golden age, there's no sense of separation. The ego is not there at all. So we are just part of one beautiful big tapestry, as Judy Johnson was saying in the commentary. So how do you feel? I mean, we are this idea, we are one. It's not that everything's omnipresent, but we are part of one thing, and that's beautiful. How do you feel?
Yeah, it's an interesting concept. I think I need to contemplate more on that and experience. But definitely something very beautiful to think of, that, like wholeness, which is experienced, not like my family, this one's family. And even Baba says Krishna's and Radha's families will be separate. But the way Radha Krishna plays as if they were together, they are from one family. And then Baba said, no, they are from two different families. So this whole Ras Leela of Radha Krishna and gopis show that oneness and harmony and togetherness,
Okay.
They always show them dancing, So,
Always.
so we are also dancing, but internally, right?
Yes,
it takes 1 second to get dance started, right? Many times
Okay,
when Sister Gopi is doing things when she's busy, she starts dancing and singing, and I know she's trying to make her energy lighter. Every time she has to get something, she dance, dance, right? So
okay.
we will do that.
Let's dance in our dreams this evening. So thank you, Didi. I think now we have to see the homework for tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing new concepts.
So the fortune of ruling in the pure world. Today I practice the golden age sanskar of wearing the tilak of self-sovereignty. Today I practice the golden age sanskar of wearing the tilak of self-sovereignty by taking every step and breath naturally with ease.
Om Shanti. Thank you very much, Didi and Brother Ken. It was wonderful chit chat. We all enjoyed, and we are also feeling dancing. Yes, we will do dance together in our dreams also. Om Shanti. So, our flight is on today, and it's on time today. So let's fly. Welcome to Vyakti Journey, Madhuban, the forest of Vani, where heaven begins. Om Shanti. Let's go.
बाबा खड़े हैं बाहें पसारे। मीठे से मधुबन के प्यारे से आंगन में, मीठे से मधुबन के प्यारे से आंगन में, बाबा खड़े हैं बाहें पसारे। बाबा खड़े हैं बाहें पसारे। गूंजे कानों में आवाज मानो ये, गूंजे कानों में आवाज मानो ये। आओ बच्चों कह के बाबा पुकारे, आओ बच्चों कह के बाबा पुकारे। मीठे से चुराए सुख बरसाए, चित को चुराए सुख बरसाए। मीठी मीठी यादों में दिल को समाए, बाबा तेरा मधुबन मन को लुभाए। जब जब बाजे मधुबन में मुरलिया, तन मन की न रही कोई खबरिया। जब जब बाजे मधुबन में मुरलिया, तन मन की न रही कोई खबरिया। देह दुनिया की सारी भूली रे डगरिया। मुरली से खुदाई तू जादू जगाए, बाबा तेरा मधुबन मन को लुभाए। मन मंदिर में कितना सलोना प्यारा घर अपना, पावन पावन आबू अब्बा का वतन। कितना सलोना प्यारा घर अपना, पावन पावन आबू अब्बा का वतन। पावन पावन आबू अब्बा का वतन। ऊंचे शिखर से ज्ञान पर से भिगो रहा है ये धरती गगन। पावन पावन आबू अब्बा का वतन। पावन पावन ज्ञान सरोवर प्यारा है, हर दिल कहे हमारा है। ज्ञान सरोवर प्यारा है, हर दिल कहे हमारा है। अंबर से धरती पर जैसे प्रभु ने स्वर्ग उतारा है, प्रभु ने स्वर्ग उतारा है। ओ ज्ञान सरोवर प्यारा है, हर दिल कहे हमारा है। अंबर से धरती पर जैसे प्रभु ने स्वर्ग उतारा है, प्रभु ने स्वर्ग उतारा है।
Shanti. Thank you, Avekti pilots and Avekti air hostess. We enjoyed our trip today. Everything came in our whole picture of whole Pandavavan and wonderful journey to Gyan. We are excited to move forward every day to Gyan. Thank you. And one thing I want to mention that this is coincident, but it's very nice connection with Avekti Parivar to Gyan and to our Dadi Janki ji, because 27th of March 1993, Gyan first the stone was put in through Dadiji's, and 2020 Dadi Janki ji became awake, and 2020 said 27th of March Avekti Parivar began. So everything is on 27th of March. Wonderful. Thank you. Now let's remember Baba.
Om Shanti. Good night, everyone. Om Shanti. Good night. Good night.